Ladies and gentlemen, when I was on the left and I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post, and of course, Bernie's going to be cheated one way or another in New Hampshire this evening, just like he was in Iowa, just like he was in 2016. He won't say anything. Trump is a fighter. And people would say, when I was on the left, well, why are you voting for, how could you possibly do anything that could help Trump? And then when I became a Trump supporter, they said, well, how could you become a Trump supporter? I mean, my God, look what he's doing. 5 million people lifted out of poverty. He wants to reverse U.S. foreign policy in a way that President Obama and Bush obviously have not reversed. He wants to reverse 16 years of failed foreign policy catastrophes. Is he a pacifist? No, but he's already removing Americans from harm's way. We've already seen that. First president to step foot in North Korea. This is a monumental achievement. We can go on forever, okay? 6 million jobs created, household median income up, record low black and Latino unemployment. The unemployment rate for Hispanic and Latino men is below the national average. That never happened under President Obama or Bush. You can look at the economic numbers. The economic numbers alone warrant people to vote for Trump. But here, Vox, Trump suggests a Roger Stone pardon may be coming. Now, I have written three articles regarding pardoning Assange, 2 in the Daily Caller and 1 in the Times of Israel, and 1 article pardoning Michael Flynn. That's in the Federalist. And Trump should pardon Manafort. I mean, even though Manafort committed financial crimes 10 years prior to the Mueller probe, he should pardon everyone associated who suffered from this. And the United States government owes these people money. So nobody but Trump would consider doing this. That's my point. Nobody but Trump would consider doing this. So when people say, well, how could you vote for Trump? How could you wear that shirt? It represents this, that. No, it doesn't. This doesn't represent tiki torches. This represents going up against corrupt intelligence officials. This represents a great economy. This represents going up against insidious, nefarious, sinister, not only intelligence officials, but people in Hollywood who pretend that they weren't embracing the behind of President Trump for decades. I'll just read you this. This is interesting. Federal prosecutors have recommended a 7 to 9 year prison sentence for Stone. They wanted retribution. They set up and framed Trump. Just like they went after Assange without any evidence of any wrongdoing. He's not okay. We can go into the individual cases. I've written 3 articles. Like I said, free Assange, why Trump should pardon. Why? Okay, so wait. The first article is the second article was free Assange. The first article was President Trump should pardon Julian Assange. That was in 2016. And Times of Israel, Julian Assange is a tzaddik and deserves freedom. That is an important article. If people disagree with me from the vantage point of what I'm saying that he is in terms of a noble human being, just read the article. Trump supporters are against an overarching government. You can say, oh, well, that's not always the case. More so than Democrats. A lot more so than Democrats. Okay, Democrats have gotten in bed with the intelligence community. We can go on forever. They got Stone on a whole bunch of puffery and lying pertaining to him knowing about the DNC emails and being, aware of things. He was lying the whole time. Just because you could say that he did it to himself, but he didn't deserve 7 to 9 years. Also, with the CNN raid in the beginning, in the morning, they didn't do that. Clinton had top secret intelligence on Clinton had special access program intelligence and top secret intelligence on servers outrunning on Microsoft Exchange software outside of the United States government. This is a fact. You could read the ARS Technica on it. Read the ARS Technica article on it. Okay? You can go and Clinton Servers Cable Company. She actually was actually using all of Clinton's servers. Hillary used a Power Mac tower for email. FBI memo details evolution of HRC's private email from basement tower to managed servers. Okay, how is this not hacked by the whole planet? Okay, they didn't get anyone on the DNC emails. These cybersecurity experts on Twitter are hilarious. They got Russian intelligence officials. The ODNI and DHS reports come with warranty disclaimers. They're not certain about anything. So when you look at the people who are outraged, they're like, oh my God, this is election interference is a threat to national security. No, it's not. The average American is smart enough to realize what's true and what's not true. And if another country exposes your corruption as a political party, then don't be corrupt. First of all, number one. Number two, another country almost certainly didn't expose the corruption of the Democratic Party. But let's just say that you believe that Russia hacked the DNC and Assange and Michael Flynn, who was set up and framed, and I write in the Federalist why he should be free. Let's say you believe that Roger Stone, hampered or made it difficult for investigators. Why don't you read the ODNI and DHS reports? Read the ODNI and DHS reports. The judgments, quote, this is the ODNI report. Okay, if you don't know what ODNI stands for, don't dare say that anyone deserves to be indicted on Russian interference. Quote, judgments are intended to imply we have proof that shows something to be a fact. Assessments are based on judgments are not intended. Judgments are not intended to imply that we have proof that shows something to be a fact. You know, when Clapper, the Office of Director of National Intelligence comes out with the report saying that Russia and WikiLeaks and the DNC emails and the Clinton campaign and Trump and Bernie and Jill Stein and all of this and RT and all of these correlations and they wanted to interfere in the election. Their judgments are not intended to imply that they have proof that shows something to be a fact. Judgments are not intended to imply that we have proof that shows something to be a fact. Assessments are based on collected information, which is often incomplete or fragmentary. High confidence generally indicates that judgments are based on high-quality information from multiple sources. High confidence in a judgment does not imply that the assessment is a fact or a certainty. Such judgments might be wrong. High confidence in a judgment. James Clapper, John Brennan, Comey, Strzok, McCabe, John McCain, Paul Ryan, Mitt Romney, everyone, Pelosi, Schumer, everyone in Hollywood, Rob Reiner, you look at De Niro, all of these people who believe the nonsense, Bill Maher, all these people who believe the nonsense that Russia hacked the DNC to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated. Well, what happened in Iowa? Oh, that's right, he was still cheated. What's going to happen tonight? He'll be cheated again. High confidence in a judgment does not imply that the assessment is a fact or a certainty. Such judgments might be wrong. So if Roger Stone didn't do anything wrong, aside from get caught up and swept up, just like ever the 30-plus indictments, why wasn't he included in the articles of impeachment if indeed he helped interfere on behalf of Trump or he withheld information that was advantageous or beneficial to Trump? The whole thing is nonsense. I'm not even going to get into what Roger Stone was convicted on. The whole thing's nonsense. They get people on process crimes. He was swept up in an overarching, never-ending bureaucratic law enforcement retribution hoax. Okay, just like Assange. Now, when you talk about Assange, all of that comes from President Obama and Hillary Clinton, not Trump. Trump inherited all of that. So when people say, well, how could you like Trump? Look what he's doing to such. No. It's all coming from media. Who do you think would be happy if Assange was pardoned? Yeah, Trump supporters, not Democrats. And it's not because of the DNC emails. Yeah, of course. That's an issue. That's important. But if they published emails that showed the Republicans were cheating Trump, you don't think that the average Trump supporter would be happy about that? Yes, we would all be happy about that. I mean, I was on the left at the time, but Trump supporters are not necessarily Republican. Liberals are almost always Democrats. Even the progressives, they claim they don't like Democrats, are always Democrats. That's the important delineation here. So people who have critical thinking see that everyone from Stone to Michael Flynn to Assange to a certain extent Manafort, these people shouldn't be in jail for what? For lying to Strzok? Peter Strzok stopped being an FBI agent when he became a tool of the Democratic Party. That's not hyperbole. That is the truth. Look at when you look at the text messages also just recently were unearthed, they're even more egregious than we thought. These people are on record with showing their intent. I explain in the Federalist, my article below in the Federalist, one of my articles, that these people should be charged under 18 U.S. Code 371 when you conspire to commit a fraud to deceive the United States government. That's what they did. 18 U.S. Code 371 to defraud the U.S. government. So there's a lot of things. There are a lot of things going on right now. Roger Stone, in some ways, did this to himself with the puffery and the hyperbole and the nonsense regarding how he knew about the DNC emails. He did it to himself because he lied just to kind of. But he's this showman kind of. But he did not inhibit the Mueller probe. There was nothing to lie about. There's nothing to lie about. So they got him on statements that they didn't add up. Well, nothing added up about the Mueller probe. Okay, nothing added up. The whole thing was fabricated, and it's a giant hoax based on a dossier that Clinton purchased. Give me your thoughts below. Trump's going to pardon Roger Stone, and I hope to God he pardons Michael Flynn, and I hope to God he pardons Julian Assange, and I hope to God that all of these people are compensated for what they. Election interference is part of the neuroses of Democrats. They're not even certain that Russia hacked the DNC. Read the ODNI report. The ODNI report, the disclaimers are below in the description section of this is public record knowledge from the United States government. I'm not making this up. The United States government, this is a fact, has never stated with certainty that Russia hacked the DNC. This is an absolute fact. So give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right now. Be here tonight on the live stream to talk about how Bernie was cheated in New Hampshire. Give me your thoughts.